Okay, so this is the second video on ombre. In this one we're going to be doing baby boomers, so pink and white ombre. I've already prepped this one because it's quite a sheer colour with one coat, so it means that when I'm putting it on with the white, if I hadn't already put that base colour on, you just wouldn't see it with the white. It'd just look like you've got white and then just like a shimmery clear layer. So we need to build that one up. So this is Fizz from the Pro Gel. It's beautiful. But like I say, if you painted it just one light coat, it's see-through, so it's like quite sheer. So I've just built that up a little bit. I've done two like medium coats on there. So we're going to use sponges again. And again, I'm going to show you 3 different ways. And then I'm just going to show you some examples of how to cover as well. So toppers that you can use. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get Fizz and white on my brush. A brush? I keep calling it a brush. A sponge. I'm going to do 2 different pink ones. So I'm going to show you this one with the Fizz. Then I'm going to show you a brighter pinky one. Obviously, whatever base you want to do. A lot of people like to do the more sort of sheer bases. So if you want to do it that way, then this is what you need to do on this one. So again, I'm just going to bring the white just slightly over that pink, a little bit further down than the size of the nail, so that we can move up and down. I'm not putting too much product on that brush, and I'm using a brush that I've already been using. Sorry, no edits on this video. Sponge, keep calling it a brush, it's a sponge. If you've already watched my other tutorial, you will know about the sponges I recommend, which are these more coarse type sponges. They are labelled as nail sponges from eBay. They're a little bit rougher than the normal makeup sponges that you usually get from like Superdrug and Boots and things. And I feel like they just go on a bit better, they give a better effect for me anyway. So let's get the right pop, shall we, to start with. Okay, so if you're using a pop on a stick, you do need to support it a little bit, and you should be wearing gloves because you are going to get some product on your fingers. I'm being naughty. Okay, so what we're going to do is come parallel again, and we're going to sponge that top bit on like that. And then we're going to create that seamless blend. So this first layer, almost it's going to be not really there, because you don't want to have a line across, because you won't be able to get it back out. You'll be able to see it through the other layers. So again, blending up, blending down. Everyone's a bit different with their whites. Some people like the white to start quite far down, some people like it to start far up. So obviously, just gauge what your client wants and go from there. I'm going to pretty much do half and half, I think, on this one. Do a few little light splodges just to blend it a little bit more. So can you see it's like barely even there, but there's no line across. And we're going to build from that. So that one's going to go under, and then we're going to work on the next one. Going to add a little bit more product to my sponge. Is that the right thing? So I've just done that by mistake, but I was ready for the next one anyway, because what I wanted to do was use my brighter pink. So I'm going to use Princess, which is a nice bright, sort of pastely bright pink. And this time we're just going to do this on a clear pop. Okay. So again, we're going to come in parallel to support your pop a little bit so it doesn't snap. And then we're going to blend up and blend down. Again, keep blending till you're happy that there's no line and that the stipples aren't like a big smudgy mess. So it's normal to have little stipples in it, but not big splodgy ones. If you've got them, blend more. I'm quite happy with how that looks right now. So I can say that amount, those little splobbles, that's my new word, that's absolutely fine. Don't worry about them. Okay, that one's going in. And then I'm going to bring the other one back out and use the right sponge, which I just pre-prepared. So I'm going to do exactly the same, go on again. And then this time I'm just going to concentrate more on that white edge. So I'm not going to bring it up as far. But we still don't want a line, so it's got to go up a little bit, but I'm not bringing it right up because I want it to be obviously whiter down here. See? So as long as there's no line, I'll pop that one back in. And then I'm going to do another layer of this one. I'm not going to apply any more product yet. I'm just going to work with the product I've got and add a little bit more if I need to. So the same thing again. Work your way down a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to bring my pink down a bit more. Then on the next blend I'll bring it down more. Make sure it's nice and seamless. Okay, and that one's going back in. Obviously wipe around the top of your pop if you're going to use it for a display, but I'm not going to be displaying these ones, so I'm not bothered about them getting messy. I'm going to bring the other one back out again. And I'm going to add a little bit more white, just only the white on this one. So this is the fizz and the white. Okay, so I'm going to go on again. And then we're going to build that white up. So slightly up, slightly down, but not all the way up. So I'm slightly cocking it to the side to get a bit more white on the bottom, and then very lightly going across the top, like that. Okay, that one's going back in. And then I'm just going to add a tiny bit more white to the bottom of the princess one. Don't think I need any more pink, but we'll see. So I'm going to sponge down a little bit further. When I come up the top, I'm just going to lift the bottom so that I'm not bringing white across, or I'm not bringing that white up any more than I want it to be. And then just blend. So a nice light touch at the end. If you bring it down here to get a bit more off on the edges, and then you do it hard, it will drag it all back off. So just for nice light touches if you've done that. Beautiful. Right, that's going in. And then we're going to do another layer on this one. I think we've got enough on, but we'll add a little bit more if we haven't. And I'm just scooping just the edge on there. And then very lightly going to go over just to blend. And see. I'm just pulling my pink down a little bit more. That's my doggies trotting around. Okay, so that one's going back in. Hello. And with this one, we're going to do a little layer of glitter. So I have got, let's have a look, got a really nice clear holographic glitter, this one. This one's from Diamond Glitters. It's just clear glitter, but the flakes are holographic. So it's really, really subtle, but really pretty when you want to do an ombre. And also really good for blending. So if you didn't have quite a perfect blend, what I would do is just start on the tips and just dab it on. Just work it up slightly and then pull back down. There's a tiny darker colour there. I'm just going to try and get that out. And then I would burnish it a little bit. And it kind of covers that blending bit, or blended bit in the middle. You can see that all right. That looks gorgeous. I've had a lot of brides have that. Right, so that doesn't need to go under, we just need to top coat it. Nearly went everywhere. I think we'll do one more layer on there. Just to pick that white up a bit more. Like that. Okay, that's just going to go in. Got hair on it. That one might come back out with a bit of hair on. Fluff. Where does it come from, the fluff? Okay, so we're going to top coat this. Now, I'm just going to use a different brand top coat because I've only got one Pro Gel top coat at the moment and I don't want to get any glitter in it. I normally like to have one for glitter and one for normal. Okay, so that's going to go in. My other one's going to come out. that one. Let's see what it was like matte. Got a few examples to show you anyway of shiny. Right, so pop that matte one in. Now we're just going to do the final one, so I'm going to show you it with the acrylic, like we just did on the other video. So I'm going to do it with the Princess and white. So our white is called Alpine with the Pro Gel. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing, squidge on, blend it out, up and down, side to side, a nice bit of coverage. Don't forget, if you need to at any point, clean your sponges on your sticky, which I probably should have done. Right, and then I'm going to dip into the acrylic. So like I said on the last video, make sure you're not doing this with a client in salon or at home, wherever you work. But I'm just doing it because I'm only doing it on a pop. So don't wipe that layer off. Just tap. If it was a client, I would literally hold the hand, just gently tap the excess away and then pop it in. Don't do anything else to it. So you can do this with a clear acrylic as well. It just builds up the colour a little bit more. It makes it more vivid. It kind of blends it a bit nicer. Right, so here's our two finishes. So we've got a matte one and we've got the shiny one. I've got hair stuck in that one, fluff. But yeah. So it's totally up to you what kind of finish or what kind of colours that you want to use. So with this one, I've gone over with a Pro Gel colour called Oyster, it's called a topper. So it's a clear colour. You can get clear shimmers, clear pearlescent colours, and you can just add them over the top to just help that blend. You know, if you struggled and the blend's not perfect. I don't know if you can really see it that well. You can see that little shine over the top. So that's that one. This is the same one as this one, but we've done a shiny top coat on that one, so you can see all the sparkles in there that's in fizz. I think I prefer this one, to be honest. And then this one I've done with a slightly different pink and the acrylic method. And then that was another couple of examples of this Princess pink, one matted and one not matted. So you can get all sorts of finishes. Right, let's do another layer on this. So you're going to want to just brush off your excess acrylic and then dab on another layer. So as I mentioned before, the acrylic will just suck up the colour, helps it blend better and gives it such a nice sort of textured finish. But obviously once you've top coated, it's nice and smooth. It's the way forward, girls. You see that? So this is only 2 coats and that's like good to go. Amazing. Beautiful. Right, so I'll pop that back in again. Sorry, I keep knocking this because my charger's plugged into it, so I keep knocking the wire. Sorry about that. So I'm going to finish that one off matte because I've got this one here that's acrylic and shiny. So you can see that little beautiful twinkle. So yeah, like I say, most people use a clear acrylic to do this, but I'm loving this acrylic. So this is NSI. My salon bestie gave it to me because I pinched it off her. Opal Shimmer, NSI. We're loving that one. Right, I'm just going to nick that out there and give it a brush over to take the excess. And then I'm going to matte top. So I'm going to use the Pro Gel matte top because I've already used it over glitter. And that one's going in. So then I've got one more video for Ombré to do, and that is going to be creating a side blend and show you how to do an ombre with using just the brushes from your gels. So from your bottle of gel, we're just going to use the brushes. No sponges, no extra brushes. I'll show you how to do that. All these in view so you can see. I have so many of these popped now. I need to do some something over them. So pretty though, aren't they? And the final one, matted. So that's the acrylic shiny and the acrylic matte. Beautiful. So that's the end of this tutorial, and I will see you on the next one.